What's the brew? Welcome back, y'all, for part 2 of my first homebrew. 2 weeks ago, I decided to go ahead and give homebrewing a try with the Mr. Beer Kit. If you haven't seen my previous video, I go through step-by-step of the Mr. Beer craft beer kit. I'm gonna put a link up here just in case, if you want to check that out. But I show my whole experience from start to finish using that kit, which made it fairly simple. This brew has been sitting, fermenting for 14 days now. Today is day 14. So I am super stoked to give it a try and to also get it bottled up. But all right, I got my little mini glass here, my little mini beer glass. This one in particular, I'm gonna show y'all because I'm gonna give you a sneak peek of what's coming up on What's the Brew. That's right, I got a little sneak peek for y'all. You ready? Check out where this is from. Granville Island Brewing. Now, if you never heard of it, Granville Island Brewing, they are in Vancouver, British Columbia. And I actually got the chance to visit there, and I got some good content for y'all. I had to see what the beer scene was like up in Canada, okay? So make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed already. And I'm gonna show y'all close up. Let me pour it so y'all can see how it comes out. Okay, y'all, I poured me up a little bit. And you can see it came out like pretty dark, at least darker than what I thought it was gonna come out. I thought it would be a little more golden. So yeah, I'm not too sure what to expect taste-wise. I'm nervous. Okay, it tastes like flat beer, but it definitely has a warm, toasty flavor. It tastes like an amber beer, like an amber ale. So I'm a little confused because it's supposed to be an IPA. And you see how dark it is. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever had an IPA that was that dark. So I'm not too sure what's going on, Mr. Beer. But it doesn't taste bad. Like I said, it has like a malty, like toasty flavor. Definitely like an amber. I don't know if y'all like ambers. I actually enjoy ambers, especially like around fall months. So this isn't too bad. But yeah, I'm a little taken aback. Let me taste it again. Let me really see what's going on here. It really isn't bad. It tastes like flat beer, but this doesn't taste like an IPA, y'all. But hey, this is the first sip. We gonna get the carbonation in there. And yeah, I don't know what can happen next as far as the color changing or flavor changing when you go to bottle it up. But I guess, hey, I'm about to find out. So yeah, I don't really know how I'm feeling right now. I'm not sure what to make of it, but hey, we gonna roll with it. Let's go on and get on with this bottling phase, baby. Now, before we go ahead and bottle up our seemingly mysterious beer, we've got to disinfect our bottles. Now, remember in the first phase, we used this no rinse cleaner. We used half of it to clean all of our utensils and our fermenter. Well, we're gonna use the second half and we're gonna mix it with warm water in a gallon jug, a gallon container. Now, I had already threw away my empty gallon jugs. I didn't realize I would need them again, so I'm just gonna use a pitcher. Now we're just filling our gallon jug up with warm water, and we are gonna dissolve our no rinse cleaner into that warm water. Okay, so we got our jug filled up with warm water. Now we are going to pour in the second half of our no rinse cleaner. They make it real easy, don't gotta rinse stuff. I don't know how that technology works. Now, if you had an actual jug, like empty jug of water. It'd probably be a little easier to mix, but I'm gonna use this, hopefully none leaks, but you just wanna shake it up. And you can see, oh, it's spilling. Whoops. All right, so we got our no rinse cleaner solution ready to go. I've got all of the bottles out. Now, I wanna show y'all the actual bottles that I went with. I went with the Mr. Beer craft beer bottles, 12 25-ounce bottles, and it comes with tops. I'll be sure to put a link to where I bought these bottles off of Amazon, just in case you want to get you some as well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use my pitcher here of the solution and fill these equally up so I can give them each a shake and let them sit for 2 minutes. So this is what the bottles are looking like. They're plastic. It would be nice if they were glass bottles. Doing good so far. Now with the first one, I'm gonna start with that amount, just so I can see where I'm at the end. 11 bottles of beer on the wall, 11 bottles of beer. You take one down, you pass it around. 10 bottles of beer on the wall. Oh, I spilled some. Don't get messy. Now we're gonna go ahead and pop the tops on our bottles. It's pretty fun. Now I'm gonna do 2 at a time. Hey, this is the fun part. All right, we're gonna let these puppies sit for 2 minutes. Then I'm gonna come back, shake them one more time, and then I'm gonna go ahead and dump the solution out, and then we're gonna get them all bottled up. All right, y'all, it's been about 2 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and shake these again real quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and pour the no rinse solution out. And remember, it's called no rinse for a reason. You don't gotta rinse it. So we're gonna dump it out, and then boom, it's time to bottle this up, baby. Keep in mind, y'all, if you were gonna be using any other utensils with this bottling process, you could still use this solution again. Pour it over whatever like utensils or whatever you were gonna use, and it's still reusable. But since I'm not gonna need it for anything else, I'm just pitching it. Down the hatchet. All right, so now that we got all of our bottles prepped and ready to go, we are gonna go ahead and pop in our carbonation drops. Now remember, these came with the Mr. Beer kit, and it also tells you on the back how many drops to put into your bottles. So since we're doing the 25-ounce bottles, they're gonna take 2 carbo drops each. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop 2 of these drops in each of these bottles, and then we're gonna go ahead and fill it up. Now, Mr. Beer also gives a pro tip. If you don't have the carbonation drops, you can actually sub sugar. Yeah, that's right. So I was actually curious about how the sugar carbonates the beer. So just like how Mr. Beer said you could substitute sugar, I was like, huh, that's interesting. I wonder what the sugar does. So I looked it up, and I'm gonna read to you what it does. So when you add sugar to the beer before sealing it in the bottle, it's like giving the yeast a snack. The yeast eats the sugar and releases tiny bubbles of carbon dioxide, which get trapped in the bottle since it's sealed. Those bubbles dissolve into the beer, making it fizzy, like soda. So the sugar feeds the yeast, and the yeast creates the fizz. Hey, that's pretty cool, right? I just thought that was interesting. And you know I like to give y'all some fun facts. All right, this is what the drops are looking like. They look like sugar pills, whatever those are, but it looks like sugar in a bit, or a sugar lozenge. All right, we got our 2 drops. Boop, boop. We just gonna keep it going. All right, y'all, it's the moment we've been waiting for. let's go ahead and fill our bottles up with our brew, our concoction. It's supposed to be an IPA, but it's looking like an amber ale. So we don't know what we got, but it tastes pretty good. So, hey, let's go ahead and get to it, baby. Now, Mr. Beer recommends pouring it at an angle, so I got it at an angle right now. It's kind of hard to fill it up and record at the same time, and they recommend to fill it up to about the 1 inch mark from the top. All right, I got the first one filled up. I'm gonna go ahead and screw it on. It's the inaugural beer, y'all, the first one. It's looking like Coca-Cola in these bottles, but it ain't Coca-Cola. Now I'm actually gonna put my bottles back into my Mr. Beer box, and I'm gonna tuck these away somewhere dark and cool, just like how I have my fermenter tucked away. It actually smells really good. Like, it's a good beer smell, you know? All right, y'all, we got all of our bottles filled up. This is what it's looking like. Everything is nice and sealed, real tight. I've just put mine back into the box that the bottles came in, just to keep them in a dark kind of area, keep them away from a lot of light. So, hey, I've got them all in there. You can see 12, 25 ounce bottles of my own beer. Now, like I mentioned, at this point, it's still a mysterious concoction. We're thinking it's an amber ale. Maybe somewhere in the Cooper's Brewing factory, they mixed up an IPA can with an amber ale can. I don't know. But like I said, it still had a good flavor. But, you know, we're going to see how it comes out with the carbonation. But hey, it's all in good fun, right? It's all experimental, and we just take the lessons into the next brew. Now, Mr. Beer recommends keeping your bottles tucked away for about 14 days. So yeah, another 2 weeks, y'all. So the carbonation can take full effect, and so it can be nice and fizzy, and also gives a little bit of extra time for that yeast to ferment just a little bit as it carbonates. Now, Mr. Beer recommends keeping your brews stored away somewhere with a temperature of about 70 to 78 degrees. But don't stress if you are in a much cooler climate and you know that it's gonna be a little bit cooler in your location, that's totally fine. But just know that it's gonna take your brews a little bit longer to carbonate. So just kind of play it by ear. And this step is also called conditioning, which is where after about 14 days, you take maybe 1 or 2 of your bottles, pop them in the fridge for 48 hours, 2 days, just so they can chill and come to a nice temperature. And then you taste test them. Yeah, so that way you'll know, okay, carbonation, it's not really, you know, it's not really as fizzy as I want. Then you can let the rest of your bottles sit for a little bit longer. Fun fact is you can reuse this fermenter time and time again, y'all. All you need is that no rinse cleaner just to, you know, get it nice and fresh for the next brew. Hey, and you can keep these back to back, you dig? Hey, I'm so excited. Look, we got all of our beer out of our barrel, and we got them into the bottles. And now it's time for it to sit for another 2 weeks, y'all. I know. So you know what that means. I'm gonna come back at you in 2 weeks with a follow-up video on how my mysterious concoction brew has come out. Because I don't think it's an IPA. Hey, this brewing process is no joke, y'all. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you are subscribed, thank you so much for rocking with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you're enjoying these videos. Until next time, y'all, what's the brew, baby? Peace. Let me go and get these tucked away.